Did you ever observe something which is so strange that it made you hate it? Have you ever felt you already know more about someone whom you just met just because you know the religion that person belongs to, the language the person speaks? Does the information which you hold inside your minds help you to make decisions like next to whom I should sit in the classroom, with whom I should spend time during the break, with whom I should have my lunch with? Did you ever felt a song or a movie is so good that it is made to make you happy? Have you been in a situation that you felt very strange or very comfortable? What if I tell you the way you look at a particular thing as strange or likable, the way you feel about people who speak a particular language, belong to a certain community or religion, your interest in movies and music, the way you experience in everyday life, and a lot more things about you can be explained by your unique position in the society. That means most things we feel about others, our perceptions of things around us, are a reflection of our own social characteristics. The nature of your family, your language, education, caste, culture, religion, your financial status, your geographical location influences your perspectives, your decision making in innumerable ways. There is a branch of knowledge deeply concerned about all these matters and much more. That's sociology. It can answer simple everyday questions such as why don't you wear the same dress you worn for the party to the college examination, or colossal questions such as how civilizations emerge and evolve. Sociology is the systematic study of society and social interaction. The word sociology is derived from the Latin word socius, which means companion, and the Greek word logos means speech or reason, which together means a reasoned speech or discourse about companionship. Sociologists study all aspects and levels of society. The term sociology was first coined in 1780 by the French essayist Emmanuel Joseph Cisse in an unpublished manuscript. Sociology was later defined independently by French philosopher Auguste Comte in 1838 as a new way of looking at society. Though sociology as a unique branch of scientific inquiry only developed in the last 2 centuries, the analysis of the social realm can be traced back to early philosophers. That means people have been thinking like sociologists long before sociology became a separate academic discipline. Philosophers such as Plato, Aristotle, Confucius, Khaldun, and Voltaire all were loved with sociological reasoning. The modern sociology was established as a scientific discipline through the work of some social thinkers and philosophers against the changes brought down in society by the Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th century. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, most of the workforce was employed in agriculture, either as self-employed farmers, as landowners or tenants, or as landless agricultural laborers. The Industrial Revolution was the transition to new manufacturing processes in Europe and the United States in the period from about 1760 to sometimes between 1820 and 1840. This transition included going from hand production methods to machines, new chemical manufacturing and iron production processes, the increasing use of steam power and water power, the development of machine tools, and the rise of the mechanized factory system. The Industrial Revolution also led to an unprecedented rise in the rate of population growth. These major changes in the society inspired many thinkers and philosophers to take a fresh look at the social world. The French philosopher Auguste Comte is considered by some as the father of modern sociology. Comte, on a series of lectures from 1830 to 1842, insisted the need to understand the functioning of society with scientific methods like physical sciences such as math, physics, chemistry, and biology. Comte called his philosophy positivism. He believed that all societies evolve through religious, metaphysical, and scientific phases. Comte argued that society needs scientific knowledge based on facts and evidences to solve its problems, not speculation and superstition. Comte viewed the science of sociology as the sum of social statics, which means how society holds itself together, and social dynamics means how change happens in society. Comte proposed that the study of society could be conducted in the same way that the natural sciences approaches the natural world. Herbert Spencer was a British philosopher compared society to a living organism with interdependent parts. Change in one part of the society causes change in other parts, so that every part contributes to the stability and survival of society as a whole. Spencer's perception of society was based on Charles Darwin's concept of survival of the fittest. Let's say Spencer envisioned society as a large organism with deeply connected parts such as family, education, government, industry, religion, etc. Spencer suggested that society will correct its own defects through the natural process of survival of the fittest. According to Herbert Spencer, the rich, powerful, and successful enjoy their status because nature has selected them to do so, and the poor, weak, and unsuccessful fail miserably also because nature wants them to. They must defend for themselves without social assistance if society is to remain healthy and even progress to higher levels. Governmental interference in the natural order of society weakens society by wasting the effort of its leadership in trying to defy the laws of nature. If Herbert Spencer lived during these days in India, he would have been against the government policies of free ration of groceries, medical treatment, and education aimed at helping those people who are below the poverty line. Not everyone shared the perspectives of Comte and Spencer. Karl Marx was an influential German philosopher. Karl Marx was deeply worried about the state of existence of the society. Marx developed his philosophies in response to the ruthless capitalism flourished during his times. Capitalism is an economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit rather than by the state. Marx developed a critical analysis of capitalism that saw the material or economic basis of inequality and power relations as the cause of social instability and conflict. In this way, the goal of sociology would not simply be to scientifically analyze or objectively describe society, like Comte and Spencer claimed, but to use a rigorous scientific analysis as a basis to change it. This framework became the foundation of contemporary critical sociology. For Karl Marx, sociology was the ruthless critic of everything existing. Despite their differences, Marx, Spencer, and Comte all acknowledged the importance of using science to study society, although none actually used scientific method. Not until Emile Durkheim did a systematic study of suicide in the European countries, gathering massive data. Emile Durkheim was a French philosopher and sociologist who stressed the importance of studying sociological facts or patterns of behavior characteristic of a particular group. The phenomena of suicide especially interested Durkheim, but he did not limit his ideas on the topic to mere speculation. Durkheim formulated his conclusions about the cause of suicide based on the analysis of large amount of statistical data collected from various European countries. Durkheim certainly advocated the use of systematic observation to study sociological events, but he also recommended that Sociologists avoid considering people's attitude when explaining society. Sociologists should only consider as objective evidence what they themselves can directly observe. In other words, they must not concern themselves with people's subjective experiences. The German sociologist Max Weber disagreed with the objective evidence-only position of Durkheim. He argued that sociologists must also consider people's interpretations of events, not just the events themselves. Weber believed that individuals' behavior cannot exist apart from their interpretations of the meaning of their own behavior, and that people tend to act according to these interpretations. Because of the ties between objective behavior and subjective interpretations, Weber believed that sociologists must inquire into people's thoughts, feelings, and perceptions regarding their own behavior. Weber recommended that sociologists adopt his method of Vaishnav, or empathetic understanding. Vaishnav allows sociologists to mentally put themselves into the other person's shoes and thus obtain an interpretive understanding of the meanings of individuals' behavior. George Simmel was a German philosopher contributed equally to the development of sociology. Simmel's sociology focused on the key question, how is society possible? His answer led him to develop what he called formal sociology, or the sociology of social norms. In his essay, The Problems of Sociology, Simmel reaches a strange conclusion for a sociologist. There is no such thing as society as such. Society is just a name we give to the extraordinary multitude and variety of interactions operate at any one moment. This is a basic insight of microsociology. However, useful it is to talk about macro-level phenomena like capitalism, the moral order, or rationalization. In the end, what these phenomena refer to is a multitude of ongoing, unfinished processes of interaction between specific individuals. The early sociological theories can be broadly classified into positivist, interactionist, and critical schools. Positive sociology emphasized empirical observation and measurement, value neutrality or objectivity. The interpretive sociology focused on understanding or interpreting human activity in terms of the meanings that humans attribute to it. Critical sociology was based on social activism, social justice movements, revolutionary struggles, and radical critique. Many present-day sociologists would explain sociology as the systematic study of society and social interaction. Sociologists study everyday interactions of human beings, which gives them in-depth ideas into matters such as how children learn to converse differently in school and family. Sociologists study patterns of behavior in the social context, such as what makes the fans of a cricket team behave the same in a stadium, though many of them do not even know each other. Sociologists try to understand the familiar, such as customs and religions, which are widely followed by the majority. At the same time, they will also look at why people deviate from widely practiced social norms. The field of subject matter of sociology overlaps with many other disciplines such as psychology, humanities, anthropology, politics, economics, and philosophy. The scope of sociology is vast, and it is applicable in the micro world of personal interactions as well as the macro world of concepts governing the human race. They also develop ways to apply their findings to the real world. By studying sociology, people learn how to think critically about social issues and problems that confront our society. The study of sociology enriches students' lives and prepares them for careers in an increasingly diverse world. Society benefits because people with sociological training are better prepared to make informed decisions about social issues and take effective actions to deal with them.